So like thrifting with Cedric being a video each week that is exactly what Trash Talk is with me, where you literally film yourself going to a thrift store, spending $20 and then posting all the items on eBay and making $500 or $200.
Okay.
I always dreamed about doing a show like Trash Talk where I go and film myself buying something at a garage sale or a thrift store or an estate sale, and then list the items on eBay or wherever. And then when the show airs, those auctions go live so that the audience actually is the one bidding on this stuff.
Okay. So how does it look? What does it look like in this current climate?
Well, it doesn't. Like, we're not leaving our fucking home, right? So this is a little bit maybe 90 days from now. But and that's just one thing that I know would work. And maybe you're like, yeah, Gary, but I don't want to go thrift storing. But like something that actually makes you money that becomes your content. Here's one. Again, might not fit your personality, but obviously a lot of people are watching and trying to give ideas. Maybe there's a segment called Side Jobs with Cedric, right? It's a once a week show, and you literally get random jobs that pay you $200, $150, $300. You mow lawn, you cut it. Like I think there's a creative way to film what you're doing that makes you money. And it kind of all feeds itself. Do you see where I'm going?
Yes, I do.
You turn the money making into the content, and then it kind of self-populates. I mean, I think the thrifting would set like, are you into the idea of like Goodwill and garage? I think that's a monster. And with 50,000 subscribers, I think that's a monster. I think once a week you film yourself with your iPhone. Doesn't
Gotcha.
Oh, I like this. I like this hat. This is cool. Or like this lamp's cool. You like film yourself listing it, and then that's the episode. Your fans bid on it. It just sells on eBay naturally. I think there's something there. I've been thinking a lot about that model. And it's in addition to your content on the singing stuff. I also like the side hustle concept where like literally you're just going on Craigslist and making $75 here, $100 here, and it becomes like a whole funny thing. You're just like, just imagine you're doing like you're cleaning out an old lady's basement for $80, but the whole time you're singing down there, and that's the content.
Got you. Yes.
There's some.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
You see where I'm going?
Yes, for sure.
That's the architecture, bro.
Okay.
Good luck.
Cool. Appreciate it. And then one. Okay.
Go
super fast, I promise. So I've noticed that there are other people in my space who are big, as well. If I go to their comment section and interact with their followers, is that disrespectful?
It can be. I think one, where you bring a lot of value, like you watch the video and you say something thoughtful instead of like, let's call it what it is, reply to all their followers with the hope that they come and watch you.
Yep.
Like, I think if you leave a great comment, like, oh, I really like how, I don't know music well. I love how you hit that high note on the fucking bridge. Like something that brings value and consistent, you will get 10x.
Okay. Cool. All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Stay well. Bye-bye. How you get your followers is more important than how many followers you get. There's a guy right now who leaves a comment every time on my Instagram post of like, everybody who follows me now, I'll follow back. And it's just spam. Dustin's shaking his head so he knows. And it was like a kid that I thought was doing some decent stuff, but now I'm like, that's just shit. Especially because he's not actually following everybody back. So don't be full of shit. Everybody plays it their own way. It is tea time in this building. What is up, John?
Gary, how are you, man?
I'm quite well. You?
Could not be any better at all. First of all, man, just really wanted to say thank you for doing this. Like, it's just so amazing. Like, I'm a huge believer in the idea that, like, the world doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. And it's just like, I don't know. I'm devastated by everything that's going on, but there's just so many wonderful things that are happening, like, as a result of it. So just like, really, really thankful for that, man. So thank you for your posts and everything.
Happy to do it.
I guess the question is, like, how do you know when the right time is to move on from a company? So to provide you with a little bit of context on me and my life, like, I grew up always wanting to be an entrepreneur. My dad's an entrepreneur. Like, kind of grew up always wanting to be like my dad. And basically, I don't know. I never loved school. I started this like small landscaping business when I was in grade 11, like print out flyers, go knock on doors. Got 3 clients, one of them being my dad, but university. And I came across this opportunity called Student Works Management. What it is it teaches students how to start and grow their first business while they're still in university. So it's like painting or window cleaning. So you can kind of think of it like a franchise. So it's got all the systems and everything, but you don't actually have to buy into it as a student. We actually invest into the students. So basically, I started with that company, ran my own painting company for 3 summers. It's like my first 3 summers at university, did about $260,000 there. Wow. And then I became a business coach and a district manager with the program. So for the last 2 years, what I do now is I basically coach and mentor and recruit and train a group of 18 students to go run their own painting companies. And I literally walk them through from the moment they start right through to the end of the year.
And is that organization a for-profit or non-profit org?
It's for-profit.
For-profit, okay. And how do they make their profit?
So we basically only make money if the actual owner-operator makes money. So we
you take a piece of the percentage.
Yeah,
understood.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Okay, and
so
you're ready to move on potentially.
Potentially, but like I just love it so much. Like the amount of like creation that I'm able to go and do, and like the impact that I'm able to have on these students, it's like literally compared to nothing else. I guess I'm kind of at
cool. I'm sorry. Finish.
I'm kind of at this spot where basically, like, if I do the right things over the next couple of months, like finish this year out strong, you know, I could potentially carve out a spot in the company for me to kind of go up and take on a little bit more responsibility in terms of like the social media side. The branding and like some of the strategic innovation of the company, or maybe like coach one of the people that are kind of in my position now.
I get it.
So there's a lot of stuff that's kind of up in the air, but really like for me to see my plan through to fruition, for me to like make the company, you know, just an indisputable force for student entrepreneurship in the country, like that's a 3-5 year thing. So I'm not really making a decision whether or not I want to stay for a year. It's like 3
Yeah, you are. You've created an ideology on the 3 to 5. You're making a 1 year decision. You're making a 6-month decision.
Okay.
Why not 4 to 6? Why not 8 to 9? Why not 1 to 3? You've created, this happens all the time. You've created a theoretical, good news. How big of an organization is it?
Across Canada, we do 22 million. Like we've been doing this since 1981.
Right. So I'm not so sold that you're going to make this iconic impact in 3 years. What you're doing is you've come up with an arbitrary number that still allows you to be young when you're done with it to go and do your own thing.
Yeah, and by the way, like I also see a possibility where I stay on even longer than 5 years.
And you might become the CEO one day.
Right. Yeah. That'd be awesome. But I guess
so.
I don't know.
Let's finish off this thread that I have a strategy on. You're making a 6 to 12 month decision. The end. Okay. First of all, you're making a day-by-day decision like every other human. But for the fun of this conversation, do not think you're making a 3 to 5 year decision, because then it puts you in a trap, and that's what you're actually worried about.
Yeah, that's definitely it, because I don't know. I hear what you talk about with like going out and tasting a whole bunch of different stuff, and I really love that idea.
No. That is for people that are like, I have no idea what I like at all. You are clearly passionate about people and entrepreneurship and operations. Good news. Listen, there are some blessed people out there that just know what they like, or like something that is so universal. I like the process, and I like the flip, and I like the marketing, and I like the sales. I like business, and it could be this hat, and it could be my dad happened to have a liquor store. If he had a tire store, I'd be Gary fucking Tires. You know what I mean? So I love the process, and I think just listening to you, you might have that same exact thing going. So, I think you're in a good spot, and I think you need to just realize you're not signing a 3 to 5 year ironclad contract. You made that up in your brain, and it's fucking you up.